You just crossed over into the female zone.
I just went out with a guy who was going to Harvard. He owns his own business. He owns his own house. He coaches a national soccer league. And he was really nice and wanted a family and, was like, I will never cheat on a girl. If my friend even cheats on a girl, I will unfriend him. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not feeling it between us. That was the complete truth. I was like the first second I saw him, I was like, he's cute, but it's just not there. And all these dudes in this video I posted about being like, I'm looking for my life partner, and all these dudes were like, oh, life partner. She posted life partner. How dumb is she? I'm not looking for a life partner with everybody. I don't even want the Harvard man. Oh, he was wearing a Rolex. I don't know if it was real, but I was like, it could be. You've got all these other things going for you. It very well could be. So, just letting you know out there, women aren't desperate. We're just looking for the one. Where is he? I'm 16 exhausted. Where is he?
I can smell the failure.
Oh, really there, Queen? So you're telling us that you went out with a guy who had all these qualities. So basically, the guy looked at you with all that ink work you got on you. He wanted to continue with you, and you broke up with him? You broke up with a top 1% man? Seriously, you actually expect people on the internet to believe this. I mean, maybe all the simps on TikTok will believe it, but any man who's worth his salt is going to look at you and say, sure. Yeah, right, sister. Why don't you just say the truth, all right? Admit that, hey, you know what? He broke up with you. Or more to the point, he had everything, but he wasn't Chad Tyrone enough for you. What I mean by that is some women, particularly ones that have like a lot of damage from previous relationships, just can't settle down for a good guy. I mean, they need a guy to come out here and basically make them feel like total crap. Cheat on them, bring all the drama. In other words, a good guy will be way too boring for her. But a bad boy, oh, he's exciting. Sister, you're not looking to settle down. You're just looking for your next adventure. You're really not fooling anybody. But sure, make more videos like this. I'm pretty sure the simps are applauding you like seals. And all the other single female dating failures out there are applauding you saying, yeah, go girl, you can manifest the man of your dreams. You really don't have to. He'll be on parole next week.
Before we move on, I want to say thank you, fam, to all of my subscribers for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate all of you who leave comments, who like my videos, and share them on other social media platforms. I truly gotta say thanks, fam. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button. Moving on!
I need to vent about the male species for a second, which I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate to. What's wrong with that? I've been chatting with a few different guys, and I feel like there should be a study on successful women over the age of like 32 that are single, because you kind of have every single thing that you need. Like, I'm chilling. I'm so much in love with my career. I'm in a place financially where I feel very comfortable. So unless someone's bringing like extreme added value into my life, there's no reason for you to be in my life. And I think that there should be a study done for women who are over the age of 32 and single. And if you are a woman over the age of 32, and I know that's niche, but I feel like it was something that hit me specifically at 32, like, and you're single, what are you even looking for in a dating relationship? Because as y'all know, I want to have kids. I've made that so abundantly clear. And I want kids more than anything. Like, truly, I cannot wait to be a mom, and I know it's going to happen for me. I have my eggs literally sitting down the street frozen, so it will happen. But I'm like, do I even need a guy for that?
All right, fam. I'm going to be very, very serious with what I'm about to say. And I know that a good chunk of my viewers are going to believe what I'm about to say, but that video that we just watched, halfway through the video, in my head, the first thought that I had, I was like, I bet you this woman has got her eggs already frozen. And then not even 5 seconds after I thought that, she said that she had her eggs frozen. I was like, does she fit the archetype or what? Let me guess. You took a big gulp of that woman's Kool-Aid. You actually believe all that crap. You think that because you have a career, men are supposed to be attracted to this? There has to be a study done? No, sweetheart, there's no study that needs to be done. Simply put, what you need to do was listen to what men have to say. You're saying that men need to be studied or women need to be studied? For what? Because be honest, sweetheart. If you were actually so happy with your life right now, you would not have made this video. You're starting to realize, oh snap, I'm 32. I'm probably not going to have any kids. Oh well, you know, I froze my eggs. I probably don't need a man. Yeah, you actually do need a man to fertilize those eggs. But someone please correct this girl up. But if I'm not mistaken, isn't it true that most of those eggs that get frozen by women don't get used. I think it's like 70% plus of all the eggs that get frozen just get discarded. Like these women don't ever go back because surprise, surprise, things don't work out like the women promised they would. Men are just not beating down your door. And I know she's probably the type that says that men are intimidated, but the word that she should be using is men are repulsed. Moving on.
Honestly, I'm so fed up. I'm so fed up because I want to go on dates, but I can't because I don't have anyone to go on dates with. And my friend said that I could like get on Hinge, and I'm like, I just don't do dating apps. That's just not for me. So no, I can't go on dates. And if anybody says just go with my friends or go by myself, you're missing the point.
Can someone explain to me why men on dating apps will literally respond 3 days straight in a row and then all of a sudden they just ghost? Like, hello, did you just happen to enter the witness protection program? It's literally clockwork every single time, and I swear, like, I'm not doing anything weird. Like, it's just us trying to get to know each other. Like, just trying to set a date. So where are the men that are actually looking for something serious hiding? I seem to be having the worst luck.
So y'all know last night I got dressed up, I put on makeup, I put on heels. I said I'm finna see what man want to buy me a drink, right? You know what? I think I chose the wrong night. The tricking spirit was not in the building last night. I think the men gotta be in the mood to buy drinks. You know, you just getting off work. They weren't in the mood for that. I think they said you hoes on y'all own tonight. May need to go on like a Wednesday. Yeah, see, Friday nights, they probably got to get up early, go to their son's soccer game the next morning or track meet or something. Some man last night looked me dead in my eyes and picked their cup up and started sipping on their own damn drink.
I had a question that I've been wondering for so long, and I want to ask men only, what's your opinion? So when you see a woman outside in public, and let's say she's a young girl, like 30 years old, and she has a little kid with her, like 4 years old, right? She's a beautiful, gorgeous woman, 10 out of 10, by herself with her kid. Like, it's visible, that's her kid. What are your thoughts? What thoughts go through your head? Like, is it a good thing? Is it attractive, in other words? Or is it, like, unattractive or, like, a turn-off that she's out here, you know, or we're assuming single mother. I don't know. Do you assume single mother if you see her by herself? Or, like, what's your thoughts?
What? What are you talking about?
All right, to that first queen. Oh, I'm pretty sure that this girl is not missing the point. In fact, I think I got the point better than you do. See, the point is you're undateable. You are beyond dating. You are at a point in your life where no matter what advice somebody gives you, you will not accept it. You won't improve because you believe that everybody else has to improve around you. Let me put it this way. I'm not saying that dating apps are the best thing. I'm not saying that dating cold approach is the best way. What I'm saying is you obviously have a problem. It's in the software in your noggin right there. And it definitely needs a firmware update. The one who's missing the point is the common denominator in all of your issues. You know who that is, Queen? You. When you realize that, things will go better for you. All right, to that second queen. You know what? This girl, I can't help but notice how you just left out a bunch of freaking details. You say that you go on dating apps and after about the third day, the guys start ghosting you. You know what that usually means? It happens to you multiple times amongst all the men that you talk on in these dating apps. It means that more than likely, what you do is you just appear, you say hi, and that's it, and you want the men to carry the conversation. In other words, if you type 3 words, that's a lot. Hi, how are you? Having a good day. Sup. And you're saying to get to know each other. Exactly how does the conversation go? You find the guy that you find cute, you reply to him, and then you're expecting him to ask you a bunch of questions. You expect him to interrogate you. You're not the one who's initiating any conversation. You know what? This gorilla will put some money saying that that's actually your issue. Why don't you learn to communicate a little bit better, and then things will go better for you. All right, to that third queen. Hey, how broke are you that you actually need to go out there, try to dress up, so men buy you some drinks? I mean, seriously, queen, what benefit do men get out of buying you drinks? Have you ever thought about that? You know, there's a reason why the clubs are empty now. Fewer and fewer men are going out. Fewer and fewer men are interested in going out there and spending their hard-earned cash on women who just want to leech off of them. And obviously you're trying to date a certain type because you said the men that you're probably going to date have to go to work or go to their son's soccer game or whatever the hell. Are you trying to slip in like the stepmom role, or you want a guy to come in and play the stepdad, but he's got to start off by paying your drinks or something? Here's a crazy idea. Why don't you go to the bar, buy your own drinks, and just talk to them like if they were human beings, as if they were normal men. Instead of leeching, why don't you contribute? All right, to that fourth queen. Sister, let me just say it. You see, the problem is that this question that you posed, the question itself is flawed. You said, oh, if you have this beautiful woman and she's with this small kid, like a 4-year-old kid, and she's like 30 years old, and she's a 10 out of 10. See, right there, you set up the question with completely flawed dynamics. That math ain't mathing. If you're 30 years old and you got a 4-year-old kid, there is no possible way you're a 10 out of 10, sweetheart. Why? Because if you were a 10 out of 10, the baby daddy would not have left you. The baby daddy would have done everything in his power to stay with you. If you are looking to thirst trap a dude along with a child, as in giving out the message, we're a package deal, it's a package, but it sure as hell isn't a deal. Any man worth of salt is going to look at that and say, all right, that's a pump and dump. That's for a good time, but not a long time. That's another man's saved game that I am not going to play. Sorry. I'll play with the console, but I'm not playing the game. Moving on.
I've been through 2 failed marriages already, and I'm not even 30 years old. I do turn 30 this year, but my first marriage was young, and I don't really have like anything bad to say about it. My second marriage, however, that was toxic. That was traumatizing. I married a man who legitimately did not want to be with me, and like my body knew it. Like my brain could like not rest around this man for an entire year. Like every single day, like my body was just like, I was bawling my eyes out. My gut was in a knot, and I would try to talk to him about the things that I was feeling or thinking, and I would just listen to what he said instead of what he did and what I knew. That created a distrust in myself, and I swore off men. I didn't really swear them off. I'm just like, okay, I need to work on myself, because this man brought out a person in me that I did not want to be ever again. And so I took a year or two. Like I focused on me. I focused on my family. I focused on what I wanted in life. Like I didn't focus on relationships at all. I dated here and there, like talked to a couple people, but I wasn't like out meeting up with people trying to build anything. And so it's really just frustrating to like take all that time and like all that accountability to put yourself through a process of healing, self-healing, just to let your guard down and turn around and end up with somebody who completely invalidates you and does not value you and does not see your trauma. They label you crazy. They like only want you around when they're happy. Sorry, when you're happy. Like if I'm anything but happy, he like doesn't want to be around me. So it's like really irritating to myself that I allowed this to happen again. That I saw the signs, that I knew I wasn't being valued, that I cried and cried and cried and cried and still stayed, hoping he would change, hoping he would see me for who I am instead of just not understanding me like everybody else. And so I don't like blame him. And I know my relationship was not public. Like that's what I'm going through, so that's what you're gonna get. But I'm just saying, like it sucks. It sucks to think that you're doing the right thing and then you let your guard down and then you like wind up in the exact same situation. So here goes another healing journey.
OMG, Queen, you sound so special. Not. Okay, so you've already gone through 2 marriages before you turned 30, and you're saying that the second one, the guy was the problem? Okay, the way you described that whole thing, it didn't sound like he abused you at any point. And the way you kept going on as to he wouldn't listen to you, you know what it really sounded like, Queen? And I don't want to sound like I'm victim blaming, but it seriously sounded like what happened there is that you married him, you wanted him to take the role of not just your husband, but also your frickin' personal psychiatrist. Like your frickin' therapist. You said that he only wanted to be around you when you were happy. Gee, what's wrong with that? That's basically what everybody wants. They want peace. They don't want to be around somebody who's going to be arguing all day. And then you said that he wouldn't listen to you. He didn't understand you. Wow. I could just imagine the things that you came at him with. So basically, you were constantly trauma dumping on him, and he just got fed up. He was like, listen, I don't want to hear this anymore. And you're like, why not? You're my husband. Yes, I'm your husband, not your psychoanalyst. Go pay for a professional. Sister, maybe you haven't figured this out because you probably need like a cereal box decoder ring for you to actually discover this, but men want peace. They don't want problems. Sounds to me that like you were drama to the 5th power. You want a healing journey? I hope that journey includes at least 500 hours with a freaking therapist for a start.
Damn, skip me.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.